I'll tell you, it's delightful to be sitting here with this woman next to me, Anstice Wright. Thank you so much for coming and spending time with us. We've had a relationship that goes back a number of years, and I'm constantly in awe of what you do and what you achieve. You've played such a huge part in my life, and in my family's life, and in some friends' lives that I know. It's so wonderful to see you sitting here in London and reconnect with you, frankly. I want to know. No, I already know. What I'd like you to tell me is why Oasis works.
I think Oasis works because it's about connection and it's about love. And most addicts can't bear to be loved. And that's what we do at Oasis. We get them to accept love and feel lovable.
So, you know, I think it's actually even more than that. I mean, I can really understand what you're saying. I know that one of the most important aspects of what you do at Oasis is you love everybody that goes through that door. It's not about the money, it's not about the disease, it's about loving them, almost reparenting them, almost bringing them back through again. I've been lucky enough to see and meet some of the people that you've worked with, and I'm inspired. I'm actually quite nervous sitting here next to you because I know that you know more about me than I think I do, which is never a comfortable place for anyone to be, but we're okay with it, and I might cry later, but it'll be all right. We can edit that bit out, can't we? As I said before, we've gone back a long way. One of the things that I love working with you on is we do such a huge amount of data collection before we get people to you, and we know that helps, and we work with them when they come back as well. The place that you work is probably the most beautiful place on the planet. Tell us about Plettenberg Bay.
Plettenberg Bay is miraculous. It is so beautiful. It is awesome. And I think walking on the beach and seeing the ocean in front of you in such a beautiful mountainous area gives you a sense of proportion. It's very difficult for the addict to go on feeling full of self-importance with such majesty around them. So for any king baby, it's quite humbling.
It is. It's a beautiful place. As I said, I've sat and watched many sunrises over the bay there. One of the things that I love about coming down there is just the reception that you get, the genuine feeling of love and warmth that we get. And working together with you, we've had many clients that have come back through our aftercare system and our aftercare program. And I know this might not be politically correct or protocol-wise. The guy filming us today, I'm not going to say his name, but the guy filming us today was a product of the Oasis treatment plan, and we was talking earlier about how awesome it is and how incredible it is that all of us in our journeys, over the years, are now sitting in this lovely hotel in London, working together, talking about you.
Now you're going to make me cry. It is very touching. I mean, I love coming to this symposium because you see people who have got well, who are feeling fantastic, and it's just gorgeous, the hugs and the love, and the sort of, I mean, it sounds, because I don't feel very calm doing this either, but the calmness that is in those people compared to how they were when you first met them is just lovely. And I think the spiritual side of the 12-step program has a lot to answer for that calmness.
I think one of the things I've also seen you guys do down there is the work that you do in your family weeks. When we work with families here, we know how difficult it is for them to understand and work as a team for their loved one to get well. And I know when they come down to you, sometimes that's really tough. Talk to us about the family weeks.
Yeah, the family weeks are really important. We tend to, honesty is a big thing at Oasis, as anybody who has been there will testify. The honesty is king. And being honest in families where there has been no honesty for most of their relationship, because everybody is too frightened to be honest. Either the addict will erupt and use, or the parents are frightened of looking at what how their relationship is not functioning properly. And it's a really uncomfortable week. But at the end of that week, most people are fuller of understanding and of love and of, most of all, hope. Because I think without hope, life is pretty crap.
Do you know, it's such a lovely way of putting it. I think the idea of hope for families starts when they begin their journey down to South Africa. That's the hope. When they actually see the hope manifesting itself beyond what they believed possible, and you see those families kind of recover and get well together, I'm really kind of rocked by that. I find that a huge thing, and I know how hard you guys work, and I know some of the stuff that you do, almost pro bono stuff. You're a bit like us. We don't leave people behind, and I think that's kind of an immense thing. The last thing I want to just mention, I know what Oasis stands for. I know the word Oasis is a simple word. Tell us about how that came about.
Okay. Well, basically, we called it Oasis because it looks like an oasis and feels like an oasis. But the acronym is for Overcome Addiction and Step into Society. And that's what actually the aim all the way through Oasis is. I mean, by the time you'll be out in town by yourself, stepping into society. You are not institutionalized. Going out is as much a part of Oasis as being an inpatient. So that's what Oasis stands for, and that's what I hope it produces.
I think that's wonderful, and I know that you've been doing this for a long time. You're not 100 years old, I know that.
Nearly.
You know you're not. It's so lovely to see you. Anstice, I'm going to give you a kiss. Thank you so much.
Lovely. Thank you,
too,
John.
darling.
Thanks. Thank you so much for asking me to do this.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you.